Let's take those.
The test is over.
Okay. Whew. Bear with me. I am not feeling well at all, guys. So, I realized the older I got, the more illogical Batman seems to me. Like I used to ride really hard for Batman as a superhero, but the older I got, the more I realized he is a self-sabotager. Like him not killing villains has only created generational families of criminals.
Yes, you are not wrong about that.
So major red flags there.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this episode. What's up, everybody?
Welcome
I'm
to
Nicky
Bubble Bat.
Trendz.
I'm Manny Oso. Welcome to Bubble Bat
Your
Stories.
favorite 15-minute podcast. We're repping Tampa Bay Orange, I guess.
Yeah, there's a game today, and we'll see what happens.
Go Bucks.
Yeah.
All right. This episode is really fun. It came to me in a vision.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be great to diagnose superheroes and what their personality traits would be.
Yeah.
Now, we know we're not doctors. We weren't trained to play ones on TV.
We're not experts. We just have a lot of life experience.
Lots. Also, we asked ChatGPT to help us because we're very busy people.
Yeah,
we didn't have time to research this stuff. So let's get into it because I'm kind of excited. When you looked at the list, was there anything that you were like, this one is it?
I'd have to say when you scroll down to the bottom of this one, the last one they talk about is Professor X, Charles Xavier. So, extraordinary mind. They say that what his character is a god complex thing.
They call it the messianic
Messianic complex.
Messianic complex.
A tendency to see oneself as a savior or messiah, given his role as a leader and mentor to the mutants. This actually does happen a lot too in the stories because he always thinks he's the one to make the decisions.
I mean, in fairness, he is taking advantage because he knows very much what's happening in their mind.
There's always the argument, though, of who asked you to do this, though. You know the people.
He's got boundary issues.
You know the people in your office or the people in, let's just say, your household sometimes. The know-it-alls.
Yeah.
The ones who think that their answer probably is better than yours.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what the character is, right?
It almost feels like a father figure.
Yeah.
Like, do what I say, not as I do, because I know best. But of course, he's gonna know best because he can infiltrate their thoughts, which is again a boundary issue.
That's the boundary issue. Yeah. So a guy like him definitely boundary issues. You can't just be friends with a guy like him.
Yeah. Ladies, if your dude's favorite comic book character is Professor X, run. Okay, so Batman is the first one on this list, right? They say he has an obsessive compulsive disorder. His obsession with crime fighting.
Yeah.
And meticulous attention to detail. I feel like the attention to detail has a lot to do with how he grew up. He was very affluent.
He had a butler.
He probably went to like boarding schools where you had to pay attention to detail.
Well, he definitely went to boarding schools. Yeah, they made him pay attention to detail.
So, but the OCD, say he's like obsessed with crime fighting. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, that makes sense because he's got his little rogue gallery of people that he's obsessed with catching all the time. And they let these people go. And he doesn't ever follow through because they get out all the time.
Oh my, okay, yes. So that does kind of play with what I was saying about how he like just throws them kind of like in a timeout.
Yeah.
But they somehow escape and he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you.
There's this thing, there's this thing that they call the Batman effect, I think is what it's called, something like that. Well, anyways, it's basically like you could have a town or a city with no superheroes and no supervillains and things are normal, but when a superhero shows up, supervillains show up just to challenge them. And so you got basically they're saying that like you got in a regular city, if a superhero were to show up, you only get supervillains because of the superhero.
Yes. It's like what came first.
Yeah.
The chicken or the egg.
Most villains, I think if you trace it, they're created by the hero anyways. It's Batman's if you look at the comics, Batman's made a lot of his villains.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that for everyone. I feel like Superman doesn't necessarily fall into that.
Yeah.
Because he came from another planet. But that he probably has like identity issues. Okay, maybe he's on the list. We don't know. Okay, so the next one, Iron Man. What kind of personality?
This guy, they put that. It's funny that what we read on this, because they put that in the movie.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, in the second Iron Man, when he's asking Fury if he's going to be part of the Avengers, they tell him that no, you're not in it because of narcissistic personality disorder. He has an extreme self-confidence and need for admiration. That's why he let the cat out of the bag in the beginning, saying, yeah, I am Iron Man. They told him specifically, just say the lines and we're going to cover it all up. Man, he wanted it. He wanted it. The story is great, but in reality, like, you can't have like a CEO who's like that,
Aren't all CEOs like that?
I guess they are, right?
Isn't that what makes them CEOs? Right? All right, let's see who else is on this list. Okay, Hulk, Bruce Banner. I think we all know
that's
what he's got.
Yeah,
he has dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah,
his extreme self-confidence. No, wait. The transformation from Banner to the Hulk represents a drastic change in identity.
It's like a Jekyll Hyde thing.
Yeah, I mean, but also obviously he turns into like this 8 foot, 3,000 pound green thing. So
yeah,
and it's funny because doesn't he only come out when people are mean to him?
Yeah, so like it's like a defense mechanism.
Super nerd.
yeah, like a defense mechanism. He's there just trying to do his little research, and
his little research.
He's doing his research. It's not little.
Do you guys want to leave a message?
I'm just going based on how you're saying it.
Take care of Manny. This is the number. Okay, because he's talking shit about the Hulk's little research. I think if you want to get at him, the number is right here. Here you go. Okay, continue.
But anyways, yeah, defense mechanism. Like you come up against him and he'll turn into a big guy.
It's just funny that he can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's his whole shtick that he can't control it.
Yeah, I mean, eventually.
You have your phone on while we're recording?
That was my device, actually.
Tisk. Oh my god,
yours just went off.
Oh my god,
that was yours right there.
I don't know how. Focus is not working, guys. Okay, let's move on. Wonder Woman. Now this one was a little interesting to me.
So yeah, we talked about this one a little bit because the lady's lived a long time.
Not only that, but she was like kind of plucked from her planet, right? To like
from her from her little island, Themyscira. She got plucked out. She's not even like born. She came from a statue that was turned into a person, and
she's a real boy.
Yeah. So what's her thing though?
Okay, her thing is post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Given her background and exposure to war and conflict, so that plays in. Like she's been around since the gods, right?
Her life has been nothing but war.
Since the Olympians or whatever. Yeah. And like that makes sense.
And I mean, like I said, she's lived for a long time. So all the people that she's gotten, regular people that she's gotten close to, they all die, and she doesn't. She's
like a vampire.
Yeah, like a vampire, but not killing people.
Not on purpose, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Deadpool. Do you want to guess what his disorder is?
It's probably like disassociative as well, right?
No. Borderline personality disorder.
What does that mean exactly?
So he's characterized by impulsive behavior and mood swings. So it explains like why he talks a lot and when he gets angry very easily, I'm assuming.
Well, so in the comics, he does a lot of break the fourth wall where he'll talk to the audience and tell the audience what's going on. That's what I was about to say. That's like, we all know that person who sits there at their desk and just like all of a sudden they start talking to themselves. Like,
which is actually
it's
pretty
a thing.
Normal, apparently, to talk
but
to
like,
yourself. That
but
means you're
also it happens to people who in solitary confinement and stuff like that.
Yeah. Damn. Are you? Well, I don't know his story. Was he like?
Well, he was like tested on and stuff. So that makes sense. That correlates.
Okay. This is actually a good one. Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Which, by the way, is not a superhero. She is a villain.
So ChatGPT. So ChatGPT isn't always right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn has dependent personality disorder. Her dependence on the Joker for identity and validation, which is like, duh.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because she was his psychiatrist.
She was his psychiatrist, and then she, I guess, like the whole Nightingale syndrome happened, where she fell in love with her patient.
Oh, is that?
So is that why she's with them, right?
Well, is he on this list? He's actually not even on this list.
Who?
The Joker.
Well, he's not a superhero.
Well, neither is Harley Quinn.
Well, who decided Harley Quinn goes on a superhero list?
I don't know.
ChatGPT is not always right.
I will say that all makes sense because anytime that he dismisses her, she goes crazy and she'll do whatever it takes to like be
Mr. J.
His like for him to favor her.
Yeah.
Which is like terrible. But then I feel like what about her relationship with Poison Ivy?
Yeah, like she
I feel like that's a true friendship though. I don't think that's all different.
We're about to get into real trouble.
Moving along. Okay, next one. Thor.
Okay. That one actually interested me because the movie Ragnarok and the movie Endgame, they take place in the very same week. And so a lot of people joked around saying like that was Thor's big week. Read what they said about him.
His personality disorder is adjustment disorder, which, by the way, I did not know was a thing. I did not know personality. Yeah. I mean, what is it? Adjustment disorder was a thing. Wait, and I can relate to Thor. I'm just saying.
How do they explain it?
They say coping with drastic changes and challenges he faces as the god of thunder on earth.
So that's why I say like people joke about those two the sequels because they happen right after each other. His planet gets destroyed after he amends with his brother, and the very next movie takes place right after that, and his brother gets killed, and now he's gotta help save the world.
I feel like that's not adjustment; that's grieving.
Yeah, like, but he gets zero chance to grieve. Yeah, so like it's funny. You know, that same week he finds out he has a sister, also kills his sister that same week. adjustment issues, yes. Who wouldn't have adjustment issues?
He needs a break. Yeah. I'm surprised Spider-Man's not on this list.
They're coming out with another Thor movie too.
That's why he's depressed, guys. Stop coming out with Thor movies. Okay, he needs a break. He needs some mourn. Okay, Captain America, which I'm surprised that he's on here.
I did not read that one. What does it say?
Captain America, obsessive compulsive personality disorder.
Obsessive compulsive.
What did I say? Okay, his strong sense of duty and adherence to order. Oh, that makes sense because if you put him against Stark, who's like, what was his thing? I can find out. Stark's thing was just like, I have self-confidence and I know what's right, regardless of what the rules are. But Captain America is like, you don't know shit.
These are the rules.
Follow the rules.
Yeah, he is definitely the Karen of the group.
No.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Say that.
Because there's that. Yeah, because they were talking, and as soon as somebody said something close to the cuss word, he's like, language. He said, language.
He's just like, he's old school. He's legit. Literally old school.
But there was another like serious scene where he's talking to Tony, and he tells him, you're a soldier, take orders. He says something like that. And Tony tells him, I'm not a soldier. And he's not.
He's not.
And so that scene really made it apparent that Captain America looks at anybody who is working as someone who's supposed to take orders, doesn't see how like things have changed. Right. We don't just take order. Like your manager can't just tell you to go scrub something.
Right. Well, I just want to say this. I don't think a Karen would be a part of the civil rights movement or fight Nazis.
I said the Karen of the group, not that he is a Karen.
That's like
Right now you're being the Karen of the group.
That's like all right.
Black Widow. Okay, what does she
This is
have?
the last one, by the way. Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to guess what she has?
Something that makes it like she wants people to like her.
Oh, let's see. She has antisocial.
Oh, never mind.
Personality.
I was way off.
Quite the opposite. Reflecting her covert and often morale ambiguous actions.
Yeah,
so I guess because she was a spy, right?
I mean, she was a
soldier.
Yeah, and she was also a ballet dancer. And from what I hear, ballet dancers don't really hang out with a lot of people because they're so into their thing.
Yeah, they're crap. They're hanging out with other ballerinas.
Other ballerinas who also don't hang out with people. Right. So so it's
interesting.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, antisocial.
She was a spy.
So it
makes sense.
Where she can't get close to people.
She would have to do questionable things.
Yeah,
do good.
Right, and she could never settle down.
Is there one superhero you would have added to this list to diagnose?
I would say they don't have Superman on there.
Or Spider-Man.
Yeah, they don't have Superman or Spider-Man. Superman, if I had to say though, is like definitely the type of guy who has that type of complex where he knows he needs to do he knows he needs to hold back all the time.
Right.
Even growing up, his dad would always tell him he can't try out for football because he would murder everyone.
Right. Yeah.
So he's lived his entire life having to hold back.
Yeah.
But also, if you watch Kill Bill, they make this interesting comment about how Superman is the actual person and Clark Kent is the character he's playing.
Right.
So yeah, it adds to the whole thing of like he always has to hold back, like can you imagine having to uglify yourself all the time? Like obviously it's not saying people with glasses are ugly, but obviously there's a reason they made them put on glasses and put on a hat and look dorky and stop it. Christopher Reeves was not an ugly man, So like
as someone advocating for the 4-eye community, I would say that the glasses made him distinguished and intelligent.
But it's not like they were saying, oh, how do we make this superhero look like in disguise? I don't know. Put on some glasses and a hat. Well, what do they do to librarians? Put on some glasses and put her hair up.
It's a stupid disguise. I am surprised that Spider-Man wasn't on there.
Yeah.
I feel like his diagnosis would probably be something around like abandonment issues.
Abandonment issues, too, yes.
Because of all the loss he's had at such a young age and how he's had to struggle, but also be good.
He would also be whatever issue it goes along, and whatever issue that Chandler from Friends had.
Yeah.
Because he's always joking around.
Right.
So he's always got those quips and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, like to him, being funny is how he deals with situations.
I love Spider-Man. Anyway, guys, we hope that you had fun. Now that therapy talk is so popular, I kind of wanted to put it to some pop culture things. So it's fun to learn that superheroes have problems just like us.
They do.
Superheroes, they're just like us.
They're just like us.
If you guys want to find out what we're up to and some of the other silly things we talk about, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Bubble Bath Stories.
You can find me at Got No Time for This on IG.
And you can find me at Nicky Trendz. And if you want to shop and be just like us, you can go to our website, bubblebathstories.co, to cop official merchandise, and everything is on sale. We want new drip in the new year, so everything has to go. What else do we have on the list? That's right. If you want to give us a complaint, comment, shout somebody out, I don't know, just like want to have fun and leave a fun voicemail, you can hit us up on our Gmail. It's going to be on this board, and we'll also have it below so you can see it.
Because I can't hold anything straight.
And that's it, guys. What a fun show. We can't wait to see you.